Hello, everyone. So, welcome to episode 2 of Separation Vector, titled Performance Anxiety. So, welcome, everyone. So, first, I'll let my players introduce themselves. So, let's start with Jeffrey. You can go first.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jeffrey. I'm playing the pilot, Kulbit Afterburn. Reckless, act first, think later, sort of punk rock, ex-military guy who is in over his head and currently locked in the brig of I'm not going to say hostile, but definitely not friendly spacecraft.
Okay, let's go over to Q next.
Hey, I'm Q. I'm playing Fizz. He's the muscle of the team. But they are the muscle of the team. Well, he goes by he. He's a clone. He's technically genderless, but his alter ego is he. He tries to pass as a man. So I'll get confused as we go and forget what the hell I'm talking about. So probably works for everyone else too. But yeah, he's the muscle. Right now he's trapped in the prison with Tecla and hoping that he doesn't have to shoot his way out.
So Tecla, you can go next then.
Hi, I'm Ellie, and I'm playing Tecla. They laughed at me at the academy, but I'll show them. Hopefully after we get out of this prison.
And last but not least, our gracious host, Bolthra.
Hello, everybody. Bolthra. I am playing Arpi, the ship's mechanic, and overall cranky person.
Okay, well, let's do a short summary. Previously on Separation Vector, our nefarious crew was recruited by the Agony, specifically one of their members called Noro, who met them at the bar and told them that the old friend Ibo One has been arrested and thrown into the maximum security prison and was graciously asked to go rescue him. They picked up some documents pretending to be a prisoner transport, pushed up there, and at the same time they saw a stellar cult ship who also came to do a prisoner transfer to pick up Ibo One. So a bit of confusion there, and Kulbit decided to investigate the stellar ship and then get himself locked in a room, which he then, managed to hack his way out, and you're still on the ship. In the meantime, the Fizz and Arpi and Tecla were all in a meeting with the chief of the prison, as well as Sister, sorry, just quickly checking my room, Battle Sister Diana, who's a representative of the Stellar Cult, and they were arguing about it. They managed to shut down Battle Sister Diana's powered armor, and so she has actually been able to respond. And yeah, so right now, well, let's start off with, let's see, Kulbit. The door just opened on the room. The last thing you heard was kind of people running past, and yeah, that's all you know. The door on the room that you're in is now open, and well, you're now basically have the ship to yourself.
Oh, fuck me, that's a bit of luck. Alright. Well, do I want 2 ships or do I want 1 less ship chasing us? It's always this dilemma that boggles me. Fuck it. I'm happy with the one I have. And as part of my loadout, I have a detonator.
Okay.
Could I plant that little baby out of sight and kind of near wherever the rear might be? So it would blow a nice hole in the hull.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds like an action to me. What action are you taking?
I'd like to sabotage the ship, so that if it attempts to pursue us, we could cripple it while it's still docked.
Okay, so what role are you making?
I guess this would be a rig.
Sounds likely. So I'll give you. It'll be risky for standard effect, but the ship is a tier 1, so that reduces your effect to limited.
Okay.
So you can, yeah.
Got it.
So you can now kind of the usual things. I can give you I can give you a Devil's Bargain if you want additional, either to get additional dice or raise it. Devil's Bargain is that you'll read the detonator, but you won't be able to detonate remotely. You have to set a timer.
I won't be able to set a timer?
Well, you will be able to set a timer, but you won't be able to detonate it remotely. So if you set it 5 minutes, it'll go for 5 minutes no matter what.
Okay. I think 10 minutes.
Okay.
Should be actually, let's do 5 minutes. 5 minutes, just in case we need. Let's do 5 minutes.
Okay. So that will give you. You can either use that now to get an extra dial to raise your, or to raise your effect, because the moment you've got limited effect, which would mean that you would slow down the ship and not cripple completely.
Yeah. So I'd like to raise the effect because I would like the ship to not be able to leave. I don't want the whole thing to blow and injure anybody, but I would like for it to be unoperable.
Okay, that will raise to standard. So, that way you can raise effects by trading position for effects. So you can make it desperate to get the standard effect and use it.
And I have an ability called Punch It. When you spend a gambit on a desperate roll, it counts as risky instead.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that will apply. Yeah.
Okay.
If you spend a gambit, then you can make it desperate and spend a gambit and count as risky.
How many gambits do we have left?
The gambits actually refresh at the beginning of each session, so you have 3 gambits.
All right. Everybody cool if I use a gambit for this?
Yes.
All yours.
Okay. All right. I'd like to burn a gambit, please.
Okay, I'll put it for you. So you now have got 4 dice if you're using the trading thing, and you've got standard effect.
Okay, so because I have 2 points in rig, so I have 4 altogether.
Yeah, just have 1 from spending. Well, there's for taking Devil's Bargain, and another one for using a gambit. So you've got 4 dice.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. Modifier, so +2.
Yeah.
And roll.
You've got yourself 6.
Woohoo!
So it's fully rigged to explode.
Okay.
5 minutes. I'm sure they'll just go just fine, and nobody will be caught in the blast.
Yeah, it should be fine. You know, they're all out right now, and hey, it might make a nice cover for us to make our escape, eh? All right.
Yes. And give yourself XP because you made a desperate action.
All right. Would that go under whatever skill I just use?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
So you're busy rigging that up. Meantime, in the room, Fizz, with your sensors, you can kind of pick up that the Sister Anna's arm was busy cycling up. So it's going to reboot soon.
The armor? What's her name's armor? Is that what you said? It's powering up?
Yeah, her Sister Anna's.
Oh, they come with us? I thought we walked off and left them standing there because they couldn't move.
Well, they couldn't move. You're all in the same room. You can hear that there is somebody walking on one door behind the warden. You can hear there's actually somebody at the other door. You can hear a bit of pounding.
Gotcha. My confusion. I thought we had left and gone to a different room. That's okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I was wondering why we had left.
You're at the moment you're standing for the warden with like 2 other sec units next to you.
Yeah. So I'm still doing my thing, and Tecla is schmoozing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the door behind you, behind Fizz, opens. Assume Arpi you're facing it, and Tecla because you're talking to the warden, and you see Ibo One. He's wearing, he doesn't have his staff with him because he's a prison. He's wearing a blanket wrapped around him like a toga with prison colors. And does anybody want to do anything? seems to be alone until you're sure you heard other people, a couple people walking down.
Mm-hmm.
From the other door, you hear pounding now, and then it stops.
Is that pounding anything we need to worry about?
Yeah, I will look toward the door as the pounding, and
What?
focus on that.
Okay, what do you do?
Oh, Tecla
I'm
asked.
asking the question.
Yeah.
Who are you asking? Is that anything you need to worry about?
I'm asking the warden. Sorry.
Well, she's standing between the two sec units. They actually leveled their guns at the door.
I take that as a yes.
Right. Then I will
Yes, I
follow
don't know who that is.
units and
Okay.
level my gun at the door because I had also put myself like in a protected position around the warden.
Okay. Battle Sister Anna finally moves. She says, "Stand down." She's still got her gun pointed at you. I'm sending authorization to you that your sec close can confirm. And yeah, well, you obviously don't sense anything because presumably, and you see the two sec clones around you actually put down their weapons.
So who told them to put their weapons down?
The Battle Sister Anna in the powered armor. The armor is now rebooted and she's moving again.
Why would they be listening to her?
Good question.
Yeah. Do your warden, pardon the impudence, but does your security take orders from her?
No, they shouldn't. What's the meaning of this sec clone?
I will shift my weapon to the woman in the armor then.
Well, she kind of points her weapon at you, so you kind of got the standoff. Sec clones are just kind of standing down. They seem to be not responding in any way. Might be a override of some sort.
That can happen.
Are they all right? Excuse me, are you all right?
Who are you talking to, the warden or the sec?
The sec clone. The nearest sec clone who isn't Fizz.
There you just have the impassive armor face. Well, not even looking at you because you can't really tell which way they're from, but they're literally just standing with their guns at the ready, but they're not moving. And Ibo One says, "What's going on here? Who's this person?" Kind of pointing to you. And by the order of the Hegemon, Ibo One, you're ordered to come with us. And she actually points the gun at Ibo One behind you. Well, you're kind of Fizz, you're in front of him because he just came in through the door behind you.
I forget, Tecla, what alias are you using?
Irida Morales.
Irida Morales?
Yes.
Did you give a rank or a title?
I did, and well, it wasn't really a title so much as a Vos. Irida Morales of the Vos Moraleses.
Gotcha. I'm just trying to figure out what Fizz would refer to you as when pretending to be your security.
Doctor.
What do you call you? Emissary or...
Yeah, I think just doctor.
Doctor. Okay, yeah, probably doctor. So I'm going to move to put myself between Tecla and Ibo One and say, Doctor, I recommend we fall back. I believe our requisition is here, and starts to backing towards Tecla to kind of push her away while
I'll take the hint.
Yeah. And I'm trying to move us toward the exit that Ibo just came through.
Mm-hmm. The Ibo just came through. Oh, okay.
Away from the pointy guns.
Okay. Well, there's only one pointy gun. Well, but it's more like the power armor's arm is pointed at you, but there's more than likely a plasma gun within that arm. So, hold. Stop that. You hear the plasma gun is kind of powering up. It has this ominous hum, which you know from experience. It doesn't actually need to fire. It's more used as a deterrent.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't actually need to power up. just sometimes it's just convenient to actually cycle it.
If possible, as we're backing away, I'd like to place the warden between us.
The warden kind of just shocked looking between you and trying to figure out what else is going on.
Yeah. Warden, you may wish to retreat.
Yes, and upon saying that, she kind of like, it's almost like the frost, and she actually pretty much like pushes her way past the bone and kind of makes it actually goes running down the corridor.
Damn.
What to say? Just hand over the prisoner, and then we can all go home.
Who are you really?
I'm Battle Sister Diana of the Stellar Church.
And you think we're going to do this?
Well, I've been ordered by the Hegemon to get to hand over Ibo One, and we've been allowed to retrieve him for questioning.
Back up.
Okay, so Ibo One kind of looks between. So who do I go with now? And pulls his toga tighter. You guys still backing down?
Yes, I will keep reversing and trying to push the Tecla and Ibo.
Okay, you're kind of heading deeper into the complex.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm away from. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, basically.
I think that's the door we roughly came in.
No, you're going the other way.
Oh, we're going out the other way.
Behind the battle center.
We're going to find a way. Let me check out.
Yeah, I'm assuming that unless you guys specify otherwise, that Kulbit and Arpi are aware of what's going on. Because you guys have comms.
Probably not aware what's going on. I think
Yeah,
RP is not aware what's going on. RP's back on the ship.
RP's on the ship, yeah. So
Yeah.
If anything, she's going to be going, Kulbit, what's going on? You haven't talked. I've heard you mumbling something, but what are you doing?
Oh, I left a little present. Is a lot going down. There's a ship down here. They're not super friendly, so left a little something to blow a little hole in their arse, so to speak. And now I think I'm gonna double down and maybe try to look for the others. Would we have heard blaster fire or anything, or any sound of conflict from where we are?
No, I haven't seen him blast fire yet.
Okay. And if I step outside of the ship, is there any extra activity? Are there other people still on the dock?
You can see two seclons kind of standing to the side. They're already. They seem to be more like just in guard position. They're not actively looking. Well, they look at you more kind of like just acknowledging you're there, but they're not actually actively doing anything. There's there's a hallway that that the other two went down.
Okay.
There's a couple others. There's like a storage room on two sides where all there's a bunch of supplies and so on.
Okay. And are the set clones kind of tracking my movement, like they're registering me and watching me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not as in. I mean, that's just what seclons do.
I mean, I think I'm just gonna cool my heels, stay in the ship, just in case we need to make a hasty escape.
Which ship are you rigged to blow, or your ship?
Yeah.
My ship.
Yeah, so I need you to get back here.
Back there.
Yeah, I don't fly this thing. I just fix it when you break it.
Oh, that's true. Well, all right then. Well, I'm gonna get back to the ship and I don't know, try to radio ahead.
We're radioing too.
To the other two.
Yeah.
Okay, you can.
I assume because you have a comm.
Yeah, RP can tell him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Could you get an update from the other two? Don't want to direct any more attention than I already have.
Okay. So she's gonna probably, I don't know if it's changing a signal or whatever, but is Yoo-hoo! How's the visit going?
Oh, well, there's good news and bad news.
Give me the bad news first.
A very large gun.
Okay.
And it's
Okay,
not ours.
You've dealt with worse.
Well, yes. I have a suspicion we're about to again.
But I'm hoping the good news is that you met our friend.
We have found the prisoner, and we are retreating toward a door with him.
Okay. Hopefully that's an exterior door.
Well,
You're
I'm
going
hoping
deeper
not,
into it.
because that would be quite dangerous. But I'm sure we can find our way back to somewhere where we can get to our shuttle. Now, I say, Diana, do you really have to point that gun at us?
Yes, you can hand over the prisoner and then I'll put it down. It's very simple.
Okay. So we are doing this then.
You can hang over the prisoner, yes.
I will make use of the cover that Fizz is providing me.
What?
To,
Okay, yeah. You can. Yeah, the prisoner's in front of you.
to not let on that I am pulling out the illegal drugs in my loadout.
Okay.
And now this won't hurt a bit. And I am going to try and provide assistance. It's not an asset in this game, it's assistance. I am going to give Fizz a stimulant to allow their biological components to better keep up with the mechanical ones. And I'm hoping that provides assistance to whatever action Fizz takes next.
Okay, that sounds like you're trying to do an action. I would say it's risky for standard effect. So
Okay.
what stat are you using?
Probably Doctor.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Risky standard.
Yeah, you can. Well, obviously you can spend stress if you want, or well, then we can take a good Devil's Bargain. I can't really pick one. Actually, I can. A Devil's Bargain I can offer you is that Fizz will take 1 harm from this after a couple minutes.
How do you feel about that?
Just casually asks him.
Well, this is out of character, so I assume your character's not going to
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a question to me? I was looking up some rules.
The question is that basically, I'm offering Tecla Devil's Bargain that you will take 1 harm after a couple minutes from the drugs.
I'll take a harm from coming down off the drugs later. Yeah, it's worth it. Do it.
Well, after a couple minutes, it's like basically literally just the adrenaline spike, which will crash afterwards. Okay, that'll give you an extra hand.
Okay.
Okay, so you succeed, but with the costs. I would say that, well, Sister Diana sees you actually do this. You're not quite as subtle as you thought.
Yeah.
Stop, what are you doing? And now there's a gun aimed at you directly.
What, you think this is the first time I've had a gun aimed at me?
All right.
How about the guns if she points the other arm at you?
Right. I'm hoping we're close enough now that I can just push Tecla and Ibo through the door and then close it. And then
You can try. That sounds like an action.
Yeah. Scramble.
Okay. I would say it's a desperate situation because if you
Yeah.
fail, then you're going to get shot. Which
I'll assist again. I'll just grab Ibo on his arm and pull him through the door.
okay, so you can spend the stress to give
Yep. And
an extra die.
yeah, what I was about to look up was the I guess they call it the pushing rules, where you can take a little stress to get a bonus.
You can take 2 stress to get a bonus die.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
It's desperate for standard effect. And you get an XP.
And scramble. Adding a die.
Yeah.
And it's desperate, you say?
Yeah.
Standard effect?
Yes.
Boom. Well, I got a 5. Could be worse.
Outside consequence of this, basically, as you're trying to get everybody through the door, you will the sister animal will fire at you, and you'll take 1 harm. You can resist it if you want.
Resisting costs. Well, either way, it's going to go into my stress, right? Oh no, I'd cost stress to try to resist the harm.
Yeah, you can also spend armor to resist the harm because there's
spend armor.
Yeah.
Ooh, right. I am wearing armor. How does that work?
Somewhere at your loadout, there should be an armor, and then you can just. I can't think how to do it, but basically, you just.
Right. How much do I just like mark off the armor, or is it 1 tick?
It's just mark it off. 1 tick to basically stop the. Basically, the blast catches the armor and.
Okay.
Burns a couple plates.
I don't know where I'm supposed to mark that, but.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Right in my notes. Okay, spend armor to avoid harm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you basically push into a room. You're not quite sure what it is, and let's see. This would be you're in an office. I'm gonna tell you whose it is.
Oh,
There's
crap.
a plaque on the yeah.
Do I at least get the door closed behind us? I also want to try to hack it locked.
I assume that you do. It's kind of like a privacy screen. So
Okay,
I'll say as part of that you have managed to lock the door behind you.
excellent.
So now all in this office, there's a desk there with there's like a glass plate on the desk, which is a computer with a 3D display. It's off the moment.
Any other exit? Is there a window?
There isn't. You're inside an asteroid. There's literally any outside here. There is a big screen displaying like a beach. There's also a door to the side, which is so assume leads to the bathroom.
Stupid fake office walls. You'd think they'd at least have a window watching the corridor.
You hear a blast from the outside.
How big is the air vent?
If Arpi was there, you could fit in.
Was that? I could fit in, you said?
No, Arpi could.
Arpi could
Arpi.
easily fit in there, but no.
Great.
But she's back aboard the ship.
Yeah. Remember, you can actually use your flashbacks and so on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hear another blast hit the door.
Right.
You assume that she's going for the universal key approach.
Do you need me to help with anything?
Yeah, we need an exit out of this stupid locked office that I got us into.
Okay. Can she, guess, try to hack into like the security system to take a look around and?
Sure, that sounds like an action. What are you trying to do?
Okay. I don't know if we already have like a schematic of the place and from the last time we hacked in.
Actually, I was just about to invoke a flashback.
Yeah,
okay.
I would say we needed to do a flashback for.
Sounds
how
good.
you got it.
Yep.
So, Tecla, if you want to give me a scene as to how you got the plans.
Rin is the smuggler that I got the forged documents from.
Okay,
You
that
know-
makes sense.
While we're on the subject, it would be really useful to have a map of the place, don't you think?
No, sure, I'll see what I can do. Just give me a second. Luckily, I have some buddies in the planning committee, but my contacts, my contacts unit should be able to get me something. And then, like a couple hours later, you get that thing with the full schematic.
Okay.
It's
What
a
does it
booking
cost me?
plan, so
How much stress does it cost me?
one stress.
Okay.
So now you have a full plan of it. So you can see that you're in. You're basically in the kind of. You can see on the map you're in an office. Basically, there's a bathroom up to one side with the door to it, and there's a couple of offices kind of trending down the corridor. And then one side there's offices. The other side will lead you back towards the airlock, and the kind of. And then further down, past the offices is the kind of main cell block where the inmates are kept.
Okay. And I will have left a copy with Arpi so that
Okay.
even if Kulbit doesn't have a copy, Arpi can
Yeah.
guide them through it.
Yeah, because what she's looking to do is go, okay, make a left here, go right, like open doors.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, I guess that's hack then.
Mm-hmm. Well, at the moment, there's only two doors out here. One leads to the bathroom, and that one leads to the angry
Okay.
battle sister.
Well, before I make a roll, is this something one of them wants to go over and just see if the door will open?
Well, which
Try turning it off and turning it back on again.
well,
Like
the,
there's a panel they got to hit or something,
the only door you can open the door to the bathroom, but that's basically just the
Okay.
bathroom.
So I don't want to risk a roll that could
Yeah,
end
you
up
have the
badly.
3 shells in there, so
Yeah. So,
Yeah. I don't suppose the air vents are really bigger in the bathroom.
no, unfortunately not.
No, they're smaller to keep the smell from going everywhere.
Does one of the bathroom walls abut a hallway or another bathroom or hell another office?
Okay, let's give you just a plain luck roll. So
Oh, all right, that would be a fortune roll.
yeah,
Okay, got that working by the way. I had to set up a scene, but now the fortune button. So if you look in the toolbar on the left, there's a pair of dice. That's dice roller. That'll let you roll fortune.
Oh, sure.
All right, how many dice do you think we're gonna?
I think just one.
Just
Let's
one.
see what you get. Yeah.
All right. 5.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's not direct. It's not like directly onto the corridor, but it's like it opens up. Once basically you're actually near the outer wall here, and the bathroom opens. The bathroom will actually open space there. It's used for cooling and dumping ground. So, and the other side it will actually open to the corridor and kind of you kind of just close. Basically, you can if you exit through the door, you'll be next to the battle system, which is literally just out the door. You can get into the. Basically, you've got. Damn it, I should have to draw it. Basically, you walk into the office. There's a door to the left, which opens into the bathroom.
Yeah.
The wall to the left will take you back to the corridor that you just came from.
So there is a wall in the bathroom that abuts the corridor we just came from.
But you'll basically be exiting like about a meter or so from about a meter or two where you came in. So.
But at least it's not trapped in the office. Not that we have any way to get through a wall, particularly.
I'm sure you have some.
It's a start.
No. Remember, you can't just decide. You can just add whichever equipment you have under yours.
We can add what now?
No, remember, you can just declare that you have a piece of equipment, whichever is in your loadout.
Right. I don't have any sort of blasting material in my loadout.
Okay. You have a detonator.
Yeah, I don't.
Your
Yeah.
loadout's already filled up.
Because the heavy
What?
blaster and the armor take up 2 slots each, so I don't have I didn't have room for a detonator.
Well, didn't you choose a heavy loadout?
I did.
So
That's it.
remember, you can just but you can just decide that you have something already. So far, you just used 2 loadout. You still got 5 to do with as you please.
You smuggled in some C4.
I guess so. But I mean, that would put me over the. If a heavy loadout is 8, I've filled up all 8 slots with other
No,
things.
you fill up the slots on an as needed basis. You just say that you had this all along. You don't decide your loadout in advance.
Okay, so instead of having a fine blaster with me, I can claim that I had a detonator.
Exactly. Or it's okay, I'm communicator. Okay, use it.
Okay, that was not how I understood the loadout to work, so that's cool.
Yeah, no, loadout is just basically you can have 7 items and just decide what areas you need them. Basically, your experience now that you planned for the fact that you were trapped in a bathroom and needed to blast your way through.
Okay. Sure, then I have a detonator if we want to get through this wall.
Okay.
All right, stay back, Ibo.
All right, we'll set the detonator. We'll duck back into the office, blow the hole, and then I'll be the first one.
Ibo hides under the tape, under the desk.
Yeah. Don't hide so well that you can't get out quickly.
Don't worry, I've got more of that stimulant.
Yeah. Can't you use some of your mystical way crap to confuse the people that are trying to kill us?
Kind of pops out from under the desk. Maybe I can. Yes, the way will lead you forward. Now, just go and blow up the wall.
Okay, boom.
I will need an action of some sort. I would say it's risky for standard effect because, well, you're dealing with explosives.
Yeah, what am I rolling?
Actually, just tell me what you're rolling, and that will tell you to. I mean, I would say rig would make sense.
Okay. Yeah, I have no dots in rig.
Okay, so it's risky for standard effect, so you can. Well, if you push yourself right now, you'll get the trauma and be out of the rest of the mission. Or you can. Or you can just push. Or you can ask for get help from somebody, or you can. Well, if anybody can think of a devil spark, that's an option as well.
Yeah, anyone. Tecla, you got any suggestions on how to help? What did this shot that she gave me actually do?
Actually, yeah, I should have given that shot, so I'll let you have that as an extra action. Basically, the adrenaline helps you focus better and accelerates your thoughts, so you can actually connect the right wire song.
Okay, so I can take a die from that.
Yeah.
There we go. You got a 6.
Right.
1 die.
It's like a perfect blast that just takes out like this door-shaped frame.
That gambit. Now we got 3. We can spin some more again. All right, go, go, go! And I'll lead out through the door, and of course, immediately turn to face the direction that crazy armor woman was.
She's retreated, standing there, firing blast after blast at the door. And she's completely ignoring you.
So she's standing right there. Great.
Yeah.
I'll put my my hand to my ear. Kulbit, if you're listening, we're on our way.
All right. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Good timing, right? Yep. Excellent.
Ibo Onyx kind of hitches up his robes and is running down the hallway.
All right, yep.
As fast as he can.
Tecla, I'm trusting you to lead the way since you have the map.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No need to worry. Just out of pure curiosity, just about how far away are you, do you think?
If somebody can give me a roll, an action roll of some sort to see how fast you can make it back.
All right, I'll scramble.
Okay. Okay, it's I would say
Risky,
it's
desperate.
risky. Yeah, I think it's desperate because.
Okay. Standard effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
You do get an XP for rolling a desperate action.
All right.
Okay, you basically managed to run through because you kind of have to run through. You basically just as you exit through the thing. So who's at the back? So Ibo One is like running in front of all of you.
Yeah,
Behind
and then
him?
Tecla, and then me. I'll be bringing up the rear, but like running backwards to cover us.
Basically, as you run past the ship that's parked in the hangar, and as you're running past, the ship explodes, and this blast sends you flying back. So Fizz, you can take two damage. Damage only 2. You can't resist it.
2 damage. Oh, I use this little star here, right? I'm not going to resist because, again, stress.
Yeah.
I'm running low.
So basically, the blast kind of sends you back into Tecla, who, well, you're fine. Basically, just get knocked by this cyclone falling on top of you.
It's heavy.
Yes. Yeah, basically your damage is level 2, and it's basically blown up. But, yeah, there's like now bits of armature sticking out and so on. If Tecla didn't know you were cyclone already, she would know.
Yeah.
There's a couple like bits of ship stuck in your chest.
Right. But does the explosion at least block off the pursuit?
It does.
Yeah.
Don't hear anybody coming after you, and yeah, you make it to the ship.
Kulbit,
Oh.
did you do that?
Oh wow, so crazy. Gosh, hold on.
Did I do that?
Now in the shuttle, and you see that you get a notice. You Kulbit and get a hail. Ship prepared to be boarded. Hold station.
I go on the loudspeaker. I say, kindly, fuck you, and I'll rev off.
Okay. The plasma turrets are now starting to turn towards you and are starting to fire at you. So you might want to give me an action roll.
Or you have the people.
Skipper,
What?
you need me on the guns?
That would be quite lovely. Yeah.
Okay.
Open up.
And she's
Let her
gonna
rip.
scramble up there and jump
Okay,
in.
so-
And
Okay, so Arpi, are you trying to blast the
yeah,
station flag?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, they haven't seen you because you cloaked and they didn't know to cloak. Okay, so I'll need Arpi, you can get, basically you're actually assisting Kulbit so that they don't get blasted up to the sky.
okay.
So you can give me a roll first, and if you see that Kulbit will get an extra die on his bounty roll.
Am I
So what's your action,
rolling-
Arpi?
What am I rolling? Am I rolling rig or scramble or?
It's up to you.
scrap? She's best in rig, honestly. So if it's running something with the ship, that's what she's good at. So
Okay, so you're directing your.
so then controlled, risky.
For you, it's actually control because they don't know
Yeah.
you're there.
Yeah.
And you have a standard effect.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And no modifiers, just straight. Okay.
No, because.
Okay.
Or let her go.
Excellent. So you're going to get an extra. Yeah, basically now you notice that kind of half of the. Well, you actually managed to take out one of the batteries. And the rest.
you ugly bastards.
Can RP even reach the scene, or does she need like a booster?
RP's sitting on a phone book.
What I'm imagining is she uses her tail as like
Yeah.
a spring almost.
Cold
and like
spring.
yeah, exactly. So
Oh,
yeah, so she kind of
Nice.
so.
So I think.
I love it.
Okay, Kulbit, you can now give me some sort of roll to escape.
All right. Helm.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. And you're going to get an extra die from RP's assistance.
Okay, great. I also have potency on all speed-related rolls as an ace
Excellent.
pilot.
So that will boost your effect. So currently you're desperate for great effect. I mean, you also get an experience, and then your other ability means that to get reduced to treat as risky. So
Yeah, so both of my abilities seem to come into play here. So I get a
Yeah.
+1 and it reduces it to a risky.
Yeah,
but I have
that's
to.
great.
But I have to spend a gambit in order to activate the punch it.
Yeah,
which-
it's up to you if you want to do that.
I think this is a good scenario to use a gambit in to make sure we all get out alive. So
Yes.
Yeah. Also, you're just on the shuttle, which means you don't have any like the timing is not that great.
right.
It's equivalent of a bus.
So again, I don't know why, but in my character sheet, it doesn't let me delete one of the helms, and I don't know where it gave me the third.
Okay, that's leave it for now. We'll put that
So I can just take off one of those D8s just to balance it out if I'm supposed to have two.
Oh. Try clicking the dot to the left of the one you want to remove.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all blocked off. I can do that to all the other skills except for the rigs. Like the
Okay, maybe there's some sort of weird default thing. I'll have to check.
Yeah.
Okay, just leave it to that. Maybe you do have a thing of free, maybe just misread it. So
yeah.
okay, roll 4 dice then because you get the extra one from
It doesn't really only let me go up to 3. That's funny. All right. Let's do it. Roll.
so you get an extra critical.
Sick.
Get 3 6s. So okay, you kind of weave out of the thing and you basically do like a couple of loops, manage to get 2 batteries to shoot each other.
Do a barrel roll.
Yeah. I drift so that I use the back of the ship to smash into the set clones.
Yeah.
RP's
Get
like,
it to that amount.
Hey, go easy.
like, ah!
Everybody hits the ground, and after everybody has lost their balance, I'm like, buckle up.
Okay, and you get a gambit as well as Then you
Well, no, he's
manage
spent
to
a
make the
gambit,
ship.
so we don't get another one back.
What?
Do you get
He
a
spent
damn
a gambit on the roll. So
Oh no, you don't. You spend one, so you don't get one back.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, you're on the ship, so I assume you fly out there. Do you want to do any last minute?
Just one big whoop holler on the way out. Just one loud.
You'd think I'd be used to pulling ship bits out of synth flesh while he's driving.
It can
Okay.
wait, Doc.
Okay, and that's your first mission done successfully.
Oh, damn.
You guys, when you drop, people only asked you to drop you off for Nightfall, which is the planet in the system. I mean, do you drop him off, or do you take him somewhere else? Or?
I want to go down and talk to Ibo One. So, because Arpi is interested in the way. So she wants to, any chance she gets to talk to him, she likes to come down, and so she's gonna just kind of climb up a chair or whatever and sit next to him, going,
Well, he's sitting there. He's writing something, and you don't really recognize the script. And he's smoking some whey weed, and you have no idea where he got it from because you didn't have any on your ship, as far as you knew.
So, Ibo One, how'd you get caught up on all these trumped up charges? Tax evasion, really?
Oh well, I never pay taxes, so I mean, they never asked before.
I mean, to be fair, neither do I. But I gotta wonder if this was politically motivated. They were trying to come after you for something.
It always is.
Yeah.
That just, I mean, I was working to this nice young man of the House Moncade. Yeah, just I know you know House Moncade is the kind of the owner of the system.
Sounds to me like you're a sovereign citizen of the of the universe, which I can get behind.
Okay, he offers you a pull on the way weed.
She definitely takes a hit.
Okay.
And then she's kind of like, ooh.
Now you can see smells.
And she kind of hops down.
It's always political. I guess they didn't like the fact that next in line for the throne is now decided to become a patron.
It's all a big plot. That's all it is. All right, I gotta get back to work. So she'll scurry back off to the bowels of the ship, wherever she has her workshop. So.
Oi, am I smelling what I think I'm smelling? What's the rule? Not without the rest of us.
You weren't there. You weren't there for me to pass it left. Sorry, Skipper.
Fair enough.
Kind of, Ibo One opens the door and kind of just tosses your joint from there.
You smoke what you want. Just let me know when you need to detox.
When Arpi gets back to her station, she turns on some turns on a reggae station. So.
Some Maui comes through the speakers.
It's like Very Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Fizz,
Okay.
have I ever told you how glad I am that I had filters installed on the med bay?
They're working overtime.
You wonder why I spend so much time in here?
Oh, not really. It's obviously my charming personality. Now, hold still. This is going to hurt.
If you say so. Oh, man, what was in that shot you gave me? I feel really droopy.
Get some rest. It'll wear off.
You hope. If it doesn't, it's good data.
How long does it take to get rid of the harm?
You have to actually, I remember you have a special rule for that. Now I can't remember what it is.
Oh, is that the one we have to indulge in our...
No, to get rid of the harm, you have to actually work with a healer and build up your healing clock.
Ah, okay. So I'll be stuck with the stem withdrawal for a while then.
Yeah, you also got a blown up thing, which then that's something that's going to add to the load too.
Yeah, but that was just damage. That wasn't a harm.
That is
Right.
harm. Harm and damage are the same thing.
Oh, well then what's the little star clock there with the healing stuff? I thought that was...
I know that's what you fill in to heal the damage.
Oh, and so you start like filling that up and then you're healed.
Yeah.
Got you.
Okay, well, we can now split. Okay, well, you drop Ibo on Nightfall. He wanders off, and you see him going to nearest brothel.
Watch out for cults.
Why? Do you know any?
Damn it, he's gonna fall into another cult.
You should put us on retainer for the next time you get detained.
What was the name of
Ah,
our
sure,
contact
that will
with the
help
agony?
me again. What?
What was the name of our contact with the agony?
Let me check. I do actually have notes. No. And you have their call signal.
Yeah.
It's
Hello,
like-
Noro. Yes, we've just dropped Ibo One off on Nightfall. You can pick him up at your leisure. I don't think he's going anywhere with the way weed he's smoked. Yes, here are the coordinates.
No, well, I don't know. I don't know. We'll wait for him to come to us, but you probably want your payment.
Well, that would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's meet. Do you want to come and see me on my ship? Oh, no, actually, never mind. The place needs cleaning up. Let's meet at the coffee shop, which is called the Merry Widow. It's a coffee shop in Nightfall.
Sounds good to me. Let's go, gang.
Okay, do you all go? Or?
Yep.
Sure. Yeah. Well, the ship is old. You leave the ship in old because you can't land, but the ship was at the spaceport.
Yeah.
You pay the fees. Nora is there waiting at the coffee shop. And said, oh, well, I'm glad that our mutual friend is fine. He's kind of drinking tea again, and he's already got coffee waiting for you. Somehow he knows exactly what your order is. What is your order? Tecla, what's waiting for you?
Double black.
Fair. Arpi, what's waiting for you?
Some Artanian gin and juice.
Exactly. Kulbit, what is waiting for you?
Let's see. I'm feeling like a bit of a treat. I'm gonna have a full-blown Smelgar milkshake.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. With extra strong wings or just normal?
Oh, with the works, you know.
Excellent. And Fizz, what's waiting for you?
Black coffee.
Okay. Yeah. So Kulbit is drinking his milkshake. I mean, some scolders occasionally try to call out, but that's part of the experience. Well, thank you for getting us, getting our member back. I'm sure he'll come to us soon. So let me transfer the amount to you. So you now have 8 credit on your account. He basically does the transfer. So you're going to have to figure out what to do with it, because I think you can only store 4 on your ship. So we'll get to that. You already have 2. And then, yeah, so thank you for that. It was a very satisfactory job. Thank you very much. Yeah, he just kind of walks off. Thanks you, and he's walking out, and just as he walks out, oh, Tecla, I have something for you. He reaches inside his woman's robes and gives you like a canister.
Oh, how lovely, a gift.
Yes. Yeah, it's actually, he walks out, he's even got a note attached to it.
All right, let's see what the note says.
It says, regrettably, don't have time for full dissection, but hopefully this will help you start your research.
Oh, wonderful.
Do you open it, or?
I'll wait till I'm back on the ship.
Fair enough. Okay, so now we're going to some downtime. Now, Tecla, once you get back on the ship, inside there you find a long, spindly finger.
Surprisingly, I am used to this.
It's basically, the container is like a cooled thing. And, well,
Right.
so
Well, I'll get to work analyzing.
Okay. So now in downtime, everybody gets 2 actions. I don't know if you guys have the rules open, because there's a whole bunch of options you have. So what? Okay, so who wants to go first with their first action in downtime?
I mean, I'll go first, but I don't know what we can do. Is
That's okay.
downtime when I can try to go see a healer?
Yeah, you can try to go see a healer, or I mean, you do have one if you want. So
I'm just looking it up right now. So
which page is it? If you found it,
it says 195 is where downtime activities are.
Downtime activities.
Well, that's a sample on 194.
175 is where it starts.
Oh, okay.
Okay, actually, no. Before we do that, you've got your payoffs, so you guys need to decide what you're going to do with it. You got the 8 credits.
Mhm.
You only have a room on the ship for another 2.
Let's go gambling.
I guess
You can also each hold up to
4, it looks like.
Okay,
Yeah.
4, yeah.
So you can divide the other 6 among you, however you see fit. Or divide all 8 among you as well. This is like the dividing the loot portion, so that's you need to decide.
I think it'd be smart for each of us to have at least one.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, is each have 1, so
Yeah,
just
that means
each mark our sheets with 1 credit.
Yep.
Okay, and then what do you do with that? You can put, let's say, you can put 2 on the ship, then you still have 2 to do something with.
Why don't Fizz and Fizz, why don't you take one? Because usually you're out and about, and
remember, credits
Yeah,
a fair
same
amount
thing.
of money. That's
Same
about a
thing.
week's worth of wages.
got it. Plus, Fizz, I think you and Tesla really like front and center this last mission. So I think because you're usually probably in most need of it and probably off the ship more often than Arpi and I.
Yeah, I think maybe Tecla should take the fourth cred if she doesn't mind carrying it, just because I want her to be able to afford any kind of medication she feels she needs to have on the ship.
I had some ideas for my downtime.
Okay,
Good.
well, we'll get to that, but there's actually like after action things we still need to
Oh,
do.
okay.
Like
okay.
there's now a bit of book. The fun part of any game is a bit of bookkeeping.
Yay!
The accounting, yay!
Yay!
Yeah, now this is where we get to. Okay, so first you got your payoff, which you already got. Now you have to pay 1 credit for upkeep of your ship.
Okay.
Well, you don't
Alright.
have to, but assume you do. So just deduct 1 from somewhere.
From the ship?
Yeah,
System
pretty much.
quality plus crew quality divided by 4.
Yeah.
What are the system quality and crew quality?
I worked out. It automatically calculates it, and it's 1. So your upkeep is 1. So just deduct 1.
Well, then that takes care of that. We don't have to worry about who has the extra credit because the ship does.
Okay, then now let's do some heat.
Do we have to do an upkeep roll?
No, that only applies. The upkeep roll only applies if you don't actually pay your upkeep.
Gotcha. That's a way to make sure repair stuff. Okay.
Okay, so now heat. I would say this. I mean, would you say this is? I would say this is louder than chaotic since you did blow up a ship.
Well, I mean, he damaged the ship. The ship then just sort of blew up on its own.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's entirely
and I-
coincidental.
And I opened fire on something, so yeah. So the ship blowing up on its own, that's faulty wiring. There's nothing you can do about that.
Right, right.
Yeah, it just happened to be the area.
Right, it's just bad luck, you know?
Yeah, okay, I'll still say it's 4 heat.
Okay.
So we'll just open that goes onto a ship. So I'm still trying to figure out where things go. There's so much stuff here. Where's the space for heat?
Right?
Whew.
It's just
hot
one
here.
little wall. Okay, so we got some heat, which makes sense because it was loud and messy.
Yeah.
We probably have.
I see.
Are you tracking heat like with separate factions? So like.
Yeah. Oh, that's why, because that's actually
Yeah,
on
it's
the
It's on the
factions
It's on
in
the Scarlet.
Oh,
Legion.
so in our universe.
yeah.
So you have 4 heat on Brack. That makes more sense. Sorry, I'm still trying to learn how everything works.
All good.
Okay, let's see. Is there any extra? You didn't. It's not a hard profile or well-connected target. Didn't kill anyone. Does this count as massive property damage?
Would it be massive property damage?
I mean, we didn't ruin the prison.
Okay, I think
We might have ruined a ship, but
Like minor property damage, I would say. Yeah, at most.
okay.
if it were our ship, I'd consider it major.
Yeah.
Now, who wants to roll for entanglements?
Arpi, you want to roll?
Sure.
Just roll a dime.
What am I rolling for that?
Just a single die.
So you use the fortune dice roller.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
And this one you want to roll
Entanglements?
low. Yep.
Spell Yelling doesn't count. Got a 1.
1. Ship trouble.
Oh, great. Well, that's the best outcome, isn't it?
I think it is actually scary enough. Just now I have to check what this actually is. Yeah. Entanglements. A ship system acts up. So let's see which system we use. I would say your cloaking device is on the fritz because you've been using it quite a bit. Okay, I'll give you the option. Do you want the cloaking device or the guns from all the firing and things?
Cloaking device might be more dramatic.
Yeah. Okay. So cloaking device is damaged. Going to have to get repaired. Luckily, you have a good engineer on board.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so now we go to downtime. Now, each one of you can pursue 2 downtime activities. You can also, all your equipment, your armor goes back. You can also spend extra credit for extra actions. And yeah, so here are the possible actions. You can acquire an asset, which means you acquire a temporary asset. Craft something. Indulge a vice to reduce your stress. Lay low, but you can only do that for the system you're not in. So you can do that. You can start a long-term project. Recover. So to repair, and trade. So, let's see. I think Arpi, you said you had something in mind?
Yeah. Her vices are weird. So, what the description talks about.
Doesn't have any stress, so.
Yeah, they talk about you can perform strange experiments, explore the way, commune with artifacts, and so on. So, one of the things I think she'd like to do is on the ship is maybe see if Tecla would let her help a little bit with some of the experiments.
Okay, you're trying to indulge a vice, or just want to actually?
I think yeah. See if there's like maybe a device or anything like that she can help with.
Okay, because
you'd never ask.
Because indulging a vice is to reduce your stress, and if you don't have any, then
yeah,
then you can just say that you're helping Tecla, and it could be a role-playing thing. But I don't think you need to use an action for it.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you want to work. I mean, if you want to work on a long-term project with Tecla, then you can do that.
So maybe she'll go down and be like, "Hey, Doc," and she kind of like likes to hang by her tail, like maybe like a pipe or something like that. She likes to hang, kind of Spider-Man upside down. And she's like, "Hey, Doc, is there what you working on?"
Oh, well, I have this sample from our friend Noro, but actually, it's good you're here. My X-ray scanner's been off by about 1.5 degrees, and I was hoping you could take a look at it.
I got that. Okay. So,
It sounds like Tecla, you do want to do a long-term project to examine that sample from Noro?
Yeah, I'm still looking up what I want to do.
Okay,
so, I'm
I had
looking at
another
how I
one.
want to approach it.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Arpi, I wouldn't consider that an action for you because,
Okay.
I mean, you can still help her, and that will give her an additional die if decides to go for a long-term project.
Okay.
So anybody else has an action in mind?
I do.
Yeah.
I want to recover assuming that Tecla has time to watch over me. It doesn't use up her action for me to recover. So
No, it doesn't, because it's mostly like basically just
But
make
we
sure
roll-
everything's right, and then you
you
just
roll
heal.
with her doctor rather
Yeah.
than.
So you automatically heal your level 1 harm.
Yep.
And then Tecla, if you care to roll your doctor skill.
Sure.
Ooh. All right.
5. That means you get 2 ticks on the healing.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
You still have your level 2 harm.
Excellent.
Basically, once the clock fills up, you'll get reduced to level 1, and then, well, the next healing
If
is
I
level
take
1.
any more harm before that, it resets and we have to start over. Sucks. Sucks to be the muscle.
Well, you got another action. You can actually use that to get more repairs.
I know what I'm going to do for my second action, but we can go around the table first.
Okay. Kulbit, do you have a main for an action?
I'm kind of tossing between a few. I noticed that for lay low, it has to be for a system that we're not
Yeah.
currently in. Okay, so we can't just undo what we just did.
No.
What would an asset be? I know it says like temporary use of an asset.
Could be pretty much anything, like a droid of some sort, maybe maps to somewhere. It could be,
I feel like maybe I want to let some of the other downtime play out, and maybe some of these skills, depending on what gets unearthed, might become a little more clear. I do want to try to repair that cooking device.
Sure, you can go for that. Let's see how repair works. Basically, repair, you can just spend a credit to repair one level, to repair it.
Okay, so we could spend 1 cred from the ship's bank.
Yeah. Yeah, basically you're in orbit around nightfall, you buy some parts and you can do it yourself or get off to install them.
Okay, cool.
That goes simple enough. Okay, let's see now. Tecla, have you thought of what you want to do?
I am going to indulge my weird vice.
Okay, what are you doing then?
I am examining Noro's finger, doing analysis on it, and
Okay.
possibly
Possibly
sticking some of it in the unlicensed cell duplicator.
Okay. So to do that, you roll your lowest stat, which is so what do you roll? Oh yeah, you roll your prowess. So take the lowest, so you regain 1 stress.
Gain one?
stress.
Regain.
You remove a stress.
Yeah.
When you were
Yeah, you don't
indulging in
as
your
much
vice,
as you.
when you're indulging in your vice, it's the higher die that you remove, not the lower.
No, it's the you roll your lowest attribute,
Yep. And you
which in her
remove
case is
the
prowess.
highest die.
No, you
I'm
you
looking
roll
at
your
the-
lowest. She's got her prowess is 0, which means she rolls 2 dice picks the lowest.
Oh, because it rounds to 0. Wait, how does it round to? All right, I don't know. Obviously, wasn't paying enough attention. Sorry.
Oh no, how is her prowess 0, right? No, her prowess should be 2. So never mind. Actually, all her stats are 2, so yeah. Sorry, then I misread that. You get 5 with your. Oh, you only got 4. So okay,
Yeah.
now I get to look up the rules for oral voting.
Oh,
For overindulging. Oh, I haven't read
Yes.
those yet. Oh, interesting.
Or indulgence. Okay, so you get to select the indulgence. You either get rash action, which means you you basically spend. Well, you can reduce your stash by 4. We don't have a stash yet. Or you can take 2 debt because you basically just spend way too much money on getting new equipment and new supplies to do your analysis. You could do big talk, which means you brag about what you've done to somebody, or you just get lost.
Well, go off chasing a wild goose and.
Exactly. You realize you need some more samples and run up to find them.
I don't know. I like playing this character.
Yeah.
But you could play Ibo One next week while we all go off to try to find Tecla.
Every week it'll be you trying to find it. That was the character.
Somebody else just becomes Ibo One. We just trade off each week.
I'd love that. I'd love that if each week, like somebody just takes a turn being Ibo One.
What do you think? 2 dead or 2 heat?
We already got a lot of heat. I'm fine. Dead is just credits, right? What does that translate to?
That means you basically borrow money from someone, and
Oh,
it means they'll want it back at some point.
I think I'd rather the heat.
Well, you just go to another system.
That has a way of following you around. Heat.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
It's your
character.
it's your thing. It's your advice. We could roll 50-50.
Yeah, I don't see how one's any better than the other. So.
I guess
More heat if somebody's coming after us probably immediately versus debt. They're coming after us later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I just got that picture. You know that old cliche of like leaving somebody with the credit card and they just like have stuff littered and they've maxed out the card. Just like
What the hell? This was for emergencies.
What did you? It's like I need all this.
I'm taking the
Say we wanted her to be able to get whatever she needed for the lab.
Yeah, well, the femtech replicators don't come cheap.
And the lab somehow gains a new machine.
Yeah.
Nobody knows quite what it does. It goes ping, and but it definitely is going to help with my medical research.
What? This wasn't here before. What the fuck is this?
It goes ping. What more do you want?
I'll go ping for you. I can program Raz to go ping for you.
Well, the good news is you don't have any more stress.
Not on my character sheet.
Okay, well, yeah, one of you walks into Tecla to see her installing her latest acquisition, which goes ping.
And our Arpi probably installed it. So
Yeah.
is this supposed to go pong, ping?
Pang!
There's a switch on the side. Pong,
Oh,
ping.
that's the setting. I got a setting wrong there. Oh, here you go. Here's the ping button. She kind of crawls out, and she goes, "Costs a lot. What does it do again?"
It goes ping or pong.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
the-
that shield device we had hooked up to that outlet previously, that thing that helped us a lot. You sure we had to disconnect that for the ping machine?
Oh, that's just a precaution.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
A precaution.
No, this is a submolecular biomarker scanner. It's going to help me find out whether Noro is hiding any secrets in his genes.
What do you care about what's down his pants?
That was better than what I was going to say.
It could be a really big gun.
Well, you know the agony. If they reproduce, someone else might feel that way, and we can't have that.
All right, Doc. I'll leave you to it.
Besides, there's science to be done. And what's the cost when there's science?
And look at you still talking.
Well, Arpi, shall we have an action from you?
Yeah, I guess because I was gonna try to fix that. What was I fixing again?
Well,
Cloaking
Kulbit
device?
fix the cloaking device.
Oh, right.
Okay.
All right,
While
guys,
you're busy installing Tecla's ping.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll say that was okay. Yeah. The only other thing she wanted to do was occasionally she watches. She goes out to watch videos on meditation and learning to focus the way.
Okay. Would that might be training?
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent. So you can get. Just check how much you get for training. You can mark 1 XP for an attribute or for your playbooks.
Okay.
So what do you do to train? You're looking up some resources, going to meditate with Ibo One.
Yeah. What I'm thinking is actually maybe under study. No, actually study is something you stare at something. I don't know if that would apply to this. I mean, I could argue.
You put it on your either insight, prowess, or resolve. So.
Right. But what I'm like, do I need to roll something or?
No, you can just put it on 1 point to resolve.
Oh, okay. All right, that works.
That's it.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm still learning what I got to roll, what I don't roll. Okay. So yes, she's she kind of gets down in a lotus position, and is
just position with the tail. Just kind of like in the front, prop around the
kind of out the back. Yeah. So, yes. Oh, maybe she has like a special chair, like a donut, like with she can just slip her tail through it.
Okay.
And and then she just kind of sits and is just kind of like, I know I can do this. I know I can become the center of peace in the universe. I know I can become one with the way. And it's just like her mantra. She just, it's like she invented it herself because she has no formal training. So.
Yeah. You spend your time doing some meditating.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's see. So that's everybody done one action. So let's go back to Kulbit.
For acquiring new things, that's in a setup phase, right? That's a whole different phase than downtime.
Yeah.
Okay.
You acquire temporary assets like somebody you know. Or...
Yeah. I don't know what would be a good asset for us right now.
Well, is there something you guys feel like doing that you think will be useful in the future?
Like, I know there's like other pieces of equipment and additions to the ship that we want to do, but I don't know if that's the same thing as asset.
No, not quite. That's kind of a separate thing. That will be more a long-term project. It could be that you want to acquire something or...
Right. This sounds more like it's a favor or something that like temporarily puts the odds with us. Mm-hmm. So, well, we did get a lot of heat, so I don't know. Is there an asset that, say, maybe could ensure? Is there a concern of like while we're in the system that heat plays a factor and that can come back to bite us while we're still here?
Well, it could acquire an asset as in like somebody who can actually like redirect heat for you.
Yeah.
That's
How
an
about-
Place where we can lay low.
Actually-
An asteroid where we can, park the ship or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's a service asset.
like coordinates to an asteroid where you can lay low.
Right. I
Well,
wanted.
but
I wanted
uh,
lay. Oh, sorry.
yeah. Do you mind if I go before you, because I've got
Yeah, please.
I've got something I want to try out.
Okay.
Sure.
I would like to spend my second action laying low over in the Amarath system.
Okay, you guys.
The Amarath in the Iota system.
Okay, it will take a while for you to travel there, but I mean, you take time
Yeah.
to do that.
I figure that this is after I have cackled maniacally one too many times and Kulbit has hit me, knocked me out of it. You hit me. The cog never hit me.
Right. Well, I'm not them.
Amarath is the Mendicant's temple,
Mhm.
and I'm hoping I can convince them to. I'm hoping I can use sway to convince them to basically give me an alibi and say that somebody must have been impersonating me at the.
Okay, let's check the rules for laying low. Okay, so you can. Okay, so you'll remove. You can roll an action. So your action is persuade, so go for it. You manage to get hold of the mendicants. So the mendicants are not that trusted, they're kind of more. Well, they are. Depends, they're trusted by some, distrusted by others. But they can probably find you something. So give me your roll. 6. Excellent. You managed to reduce. It just has 2 heat. So your heat is going down in Breck's system, but now you're in the Amaranth system.
Okay. I would like to use my I know a guy ability.
Ah, yes, to find a job.
Yes. And this is why I asked you to hold on a second, because
Yes.
if we have a job coming in, it'll be good to know what it is in order to claim an asset.
Thank you. That
Mhm.
was what was tripping me up.
It's in the Amaranth system, and to see what is here, then not get over what's in the Amaranth system, because there's.
Well, they always need the mendicants always need something.
Mm-hmm. Well, the mendicants are basically like almost like traveling doctors. So
Mhm.
they've got word that the Hegemon is doing a transport of supplies to one of the words in the system, and well, they're basically they're supplies that are they're basically using them for plastic surgeon to make sure that hospital case is looking good and so on, but. Being medical supplies, that could be quite useful for basically you actually healing people as opposed to just making the higher ups look good, quite literally. And if somebody were to appropriate those supplies, they'll be very grateful.
I will call the job in.
Okay. I mean, you can look for other jobs as well, but that one's on the table.
Yeah. Oh, I think that sounds fun.
But did
So we're
you
going to
just
lay
get a
low
bunch
by
of
getting
stuff?
another job to get us into trouble. That
Well,
sounds
you-
great.
We just can't get out of our own way. So.
I like it. It's unpredictable.
They never expect that. Okay. So the Amaranth is actually a planet in the Iota system.
Right.
Yes. Correct. I mean,
Okay.
this doesn't matter, but
Well, I've done my downtime.
yeah. So the transport is leaving injury. Like, well, in some arbitrary amount of time, it will give enough time to prepare.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you've used up all your actions, so now it's, well, who wants to go next? Anybody have any ideas?
Do you have an
No,
idea
no,
next, Jeffrey?
Yeah. So the job is to acquire some medical supplies.
Yeah, there was the transport living injury. Injury is like the manufacturing planet in the Iota system, which is where you are at the moment. And they're going to be basically transporting a whole bunch of medical equipment and supplies to, well, another system from household kit to basically use them for plastic surgery, make sure that they're de-aging process and so on. But they're also very useful for, I mean, they are medical supplies. They can be used for other things as well.
Okay. Oh. So if I wanted to get an asset, what would be, if we were to pull this job, what would be, I would think something that would be a great asset would be like finding out what route they're going to take.
That'll be a good asset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a hyperspace laying map of the route they're going to take to and from the main gate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be a good asset.
Yeah,
So,
sounds
in order
good to me.
so in order to acquire an asset, there is a rule for that as well.
Roll crew quality.
Okay, your core count is 0.
What are you trying to say?
No, I see why you didn't want to mention it earlier. Yeah.
So, do we have to spend a gambit, or can we? What do we do from here?
I think it's okay to spend a gambit on this.
Yeah, I think so.
'Cause we're gonna get to refill them later. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Get it for the next session.
okay. So rolling
One die.
one die. Why not?
It's a fortune roll. I think you just roll something.
That's a one.
Well, you've got the set of maps. You're sure they're completely accurate and reliable.
Yeah, this guy, he's real good. He
Exactly.
never steers us wrong.
No,
Yeah.
never. And the notes here, there be dragons. It's obviously completely accurate.
Yeah, it's really nice that he's forgiven us after all the times we screwed him over in the past too. Like, what a stand-up guy.
Cut to my forgery's finally good enough that it's getting passed off.
You did really well, son. They're going to love you in the forgery school.
That's funny. I don't recall there being an asteroid belt in this part of the galaxy.
Well, that's because the hegemony, the man doesn't want you to know about it.
Right.
All accurate. Even the stuff they're hiding from you is on there.
Oh, you're right, good bloke. You are. All right, mate.
There's a lack of asteroid belt.
Excellent. At least I fixed the cloaking device.
Yeah. Good, you might need it for the asteroid blimp.
Yeah.
It's a good place to hide. Okay, so that leaves Fizz and Arpi for the last action.
Well, I'm just going to indulge my vice as well. I'm going to grab a couple random bottles of drugs from the med bay, find the biggest window on the ship, and just get stoned and stare at the stars.
Fair enough. Do you actually provide them with some Tecla, or do you just help yourself with this?
No, I just go in and grab something that looks druggy. What's this do? Let's go find out.
I'm on an Amaranth. I can't complain.
Exactly.
That's right. You laugh.
So you roll your lowest stat, which is
which I did, which is resolved. But I only have 1 dot in, and I got a 6. So, but I did not overindulge because I had 7.
So you're down to 1 stress. So that's perfect.
Yeah.
You get a really good buzz.
Formaldehyde.
I mean, you could probably.
What's this clear liquid? Ooh, tastes okay.
You got Doc's embalming fluid again. So.
That'll pickle you, and I don't mean metaphorically.
I can't think of anything else I'd have RP do, honestly.
How about a long-term project?
Yeah, you can start rolling the project. Creating a shrine in the ship. To do
Okay.
that.
All right. So,
I'll make it
insight
now
again?
for. Yeah.
Would,
How do you do it? Tell me what you do. Then you decide what's.
probably with leftover parts. So cobbling together some bits of plastic and some screws and some probably making like this really weak looking way shrine, which I don't know. She's probably embarrassed if Kulbit saw it, because it's like she's not a true practitioner or whatever. She's just more of like
she's just finding her way.
She dabbles, So,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm going to make it a 4 tick clock. So you can give me what action do you think you're taking?
Probably insight.
Okay.
So then,
No, I mean you have to, it's an action, so it will be like rig maybe.
oh, okay,
No,
all right,
rig,
yeah,
rig.
rig, okay.
Rig.
I mean, maybe study, but that'd be pushing
Well, that's what I was thinking is study.
Could be a study as well. Could be
like,
studying how to put
this-
together.
So-
because it's something she's really trying to concentrate on, and
right. I mean, could
Okay.
could her trying to make contact with the way be a long-term project?
yeah, I think so.
Could even be a tune. You're just listening to the way to tell you what to do.
Right, so that would be, I guess, controlled
Yeah, don't worry about
And,
control time. This is a portrait roll.
and limited or standard.
Don't worry about those. Just roll, and then whatever you get to increase the.
1 die.
2. I think that still gives you 1 tick on the thingy. Just find it.
Yeah. She's built this little thing, and then she's kind of like, this is crap.
You're embarrassed about it.
Yeah, and she'll just take it apart and just throw it in the trash. She's like, I should have never bothered with that. I don't know what I'm doing with this.
Okay, but still making progress. It's more getting your ears together.
Yeah.
You know what not to do now.
Yeah.
Can't keep count of how many YouTube videos I watch where someone's like, "We're going to do this," and by the end of the video, it's like, "Well, I know what not to do now." Yeah. Yeah.
Still valuable.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's everybody's action used. You can spend a credit to get another action if you needed to. But I don't know if anybody wants to do that. This is the way. Let's just say this is the way. And so now you've got a bit of free play. If there's something you want to do, someone you want to speak to before the next. So how you want to prepare for the next action.
We're on Amaranth or whatever.
Yeah, you're on the Amaranth. Well, you're an orbital of Amaranth, technically.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to go reconnoiter. We got to figure out is this, are we supposed to be hitting a supply run? Or
Yeah.
is this stored in a bunker? Or, so we need more information.
Yeah.
The information the Medicans keep giving you that it's currently stored on Indri. Well, that's where basically most of the goods manufactured. That's like the main manufacturing planet. and obviously that's kind of probably more dependent, but they're planning to transport it in soon.
Okay.
You have the exact date, but it's kind of like basically long enough for you to prepare and to have prepared and so on.
Yeah. So let's go surveil and plot.
Yeah.
So, okay, who's going? Okay, so what is your plan to surveil?
Well, if there's a, I mean, I almost picture like in Ocean's 11 when they're just going in the casino, except that I picture Arpi being the Brad Pitt character who's just constantly eating something.
Yeah.
And so them kind of like posting up at different spots and just kind of watching the entrances and and that kind of thing. And she's probably got a little cup of these snails that she takes out, and she kind of just sucks it out until he gets all the goop out, and then just kind of tosses it back like popcorn and crunches it. While she's
like
watching,
spitting out sunflower shells.
yeah, exactly. So she's watching the
Are you watching the warehouse where the things are currently
the
stored?
warehouse, yeah, like probably like back towards like where they would make like I think like truck bays,
Yeah.
like wherever things would be coming out, and she's probably just like curled up like under a vehicle or something like that.
Okay, well, give me an action roll.
Okay, I think that would be study.
Yeah.
So, controlled or risky?
Controlled. You could kind of just. I mean, you're kind of the warehouse there, Chris. So somebody just hang around to attract that much attention.
Okay. Since she's kind of well hidden, could I add a modifier to that to express it because she's small and tiny and?
Well, that's why I'm letting it be controlled. I think we'll just.
Oh, okay. Okay. Just wasn't sure how that worked. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
I think she's making so much slurping and crunching noises that well, first of all, in the comms, everyone's like, "Could you like turn that off, like when you're eating?" But
just like.
yeah. But she's probably making so much damn noise. She's probably throwing everybody else's concentration off.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
ASMR.
Oh.
I decided it would be worse if I could see it.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you don't find out anything useful. They're trucks. They come in and out occasionally. Sometimes they don't.
These need more salt.
Anybody else doing anything to prevent?
Yeah, I have an idea. I think I'm going to grab an ebook reader and sit on a bench somewhere near the warehouse, and then try to hack into their Wi-Fi, see if we can't find the manager's schedule, so we can figure out what the security's like, what the schedule of people are, when people are going to be there, that kind of thing.
Fair enough. Give me a hacking roll then.
All right. Rolling. 3. Yeah, could be worse.
That's kind of also still the lowest thing. It's like, they have some firewall. You just, Unfortunately, the firewall is actually much better than you expected.
Right? Is it
And
all of those things? Or one of those things? The result that it just showed, are we suffering harm and complications and end up in desperate position? Or is it
that's only when you actually start a search. This is just more your
like examples of what might happen. So a complication occurs.
Well, no, you're kind of just monitoring right now. So it's just not quite yet, because you do something more radical.
All right.
At the moment, it just means you're just not getting She's not managed to get any information. Apparently, these people actually look a lot tighter than expected for just a warehouse.
Okay.
Anybody
Anybody else got
anything
any
there?
ideas?
Because I mean, you haven't actually started proper with it's just like preparation. You can just also get in touch with your contacts and so on.
Well, I already got us a great asset, so
Exactly, it's perfect.
Nenad, you said this is a pretty populated section of the verse, right?
Yeah, it's an
Okay.
industrial planet. There's lots of warehouses, factories, and so on. It's basically mostly manufacturing. There are it's like a warehouse area, which is where they store medical equipment and supplies before it got shipped off of planet.
Got it. I'd like to try to do something with one of my contacts to see if that would maybe create a distraction and
Okay, so you're going to prepare.
there'd be a lot of so like the one I have in mind is Chas, and she's a professional racer, so
Okay.
maybe she like has an event or does a signing in the area, or like sponsors, like does a sponsor deal with like one of these medical corporations or companies, and maybe that takes a lot of the heat and attention to that event. I don't know, I was kind of noodling on that.
Okay, I think that could work. So you get hold of her to arrange a signing somewhere in this area. It's not exactly like a very, I mean, this is like a warehouse district, so it's not very busy, but you can still do a signing kind of nearby. But there aren't that many, well, it's like industrial area, so there's really anywhere to sign. Or, I mean, you could organize some sort of like underground event.
I mean,
Like
that
warehouse
sounds
party.
if that was possible, I think that would be really cool.
You can give her a persuade roll to try and talk her into it. She's a racer and she likes to such a risky. She did help you get adjust your ship, so
Yep.
you do a persuade to talk her into it.
Great. I don't have any points in consort or sway.
Or you can, well, if you have another suggestion for you what you can roll, you can try something else.
Yeah. I guess if I could, the other thing I could do is I could fly, like maybe do a little scouting run on the shuttle and maybe find like on that route where's a good natural spot for like if there's like a refueling station, or like where would be a good place to put an ambush or to hide the burning sensation. You know.
Okay, you can do that. So what action would you use?
Ideally helm.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. And you have your map to lead you, so
Would I get any kind of addition or subtraction from that map?
well, it would normally be controls, but on the quality of map would increase. It would change to risky.
Got it. Okay, so it's risky,
For
standard. Got it. Roll.
Thanks.
Hey. Oh, how come it showed up with 4? That's weird.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Maybe roll again, or maybe have an extra thing.
Yeah, I clicked helm. I had a +0. Oh, it says base dice 4. What? Yeah, we need to take a look at that helm.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
I can
that
roll
sounds nice. Yeah, make the modifier -1 and then.
Okay, I'll try again.
Oh, you've got like base size 4.
That's weird.
2 successes. You crit.
Still gained a gambit.
Yay!
You gain a gambit and you find like the perfect spot to do a ambush, which is like.
That's weird. This spot isn't even on the map.
No, it's like you stand
They
up as
removed it from the archives.
We have top men working on it.
Okay. I think let's wrap up now and actually do some XP before we're going to get in.
All right.
Because we're running out of time.
And
then next.
Can I contact my?
Sure.
I have a ship mechanic on my friends list, Jal.
Okay.
And I was going to contact them and see if I could get a schematic of the transport.
That sounds reasonable. Yeah, so do you want to give me some sort of action to just try and see if you can provide with it?
I'll use Sway.
Okay.
Oh. They do not have one.
For the last
Used up all
time.
the sixes.
For the last time? Whoa, we don't have any.
Get like this like little Sharpie thing which says transport and just a block.
Yeah.
Forward this way. Engine. Okay. Yeah, let's do some XP. Let's start with your ship.
Okay.
Yeah, special abilities. Your playbook XP is: do you contend with challenges above your current station? Say you did, so you get 1 point for that one. Do you bolster your crew's reputation of open one? So, did you?
Did we boost our crew's reputation?
Or the open you one?
Well, by successfully finishing the job, yes.
Yeah, other than that.
Yeah.
So,
I guess so. It was kind of a good job, so. Do that, and then you express the goals, drives, or inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
Chaos incarnate?
destroyed a rival spaceship. So.
Yeah, true. And you execute a successful job that poses economic dominance. I mean, you did. By basically, well, stealing something from the ship.
All right, well, thanks for the XP.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then let's go to Arpi for your XP.
All right, that's where I was trying to find the charts again.
If you just hover over where it says playbook XP, that shows you the list of what you can do.
Okay.
So do you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say, like, I think a couple of times, give you 2 XP for that.
Okay.
Do you struggle with issues from your wife or traumas during the session? You didn't really.
Yeah, because when they were building their shitty little shrine.
True. Yeah, you're right.
yeah. So. Okay.
Did you address a tough challenge with technical skill or ingenuity?
No, I don't think there was anything real tough that she tried to do today.
No, not today. It'll come.
Yep. So that so she has 4 playbook experience.
Yeah, you can move those into like the other experience if you want.
Oh. What happens when they max out?
When your playbook XP maxes out, you get another ability. And when like one of the attributes maxes out, you can put a point to one of your attributes.
Okay, I think I'm going to keep it in just the playbook XP for right now, because there might be some abilities that I want to add at some point.
Okay, Kulbit, your turn.
Okay.
Do you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Of my background, military, soldier, Sashita's training instructor. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Yeah.
Did you struggle with issues with vice or traumas?
No.
Okay. You addressed the tough challenge with speed or flair. I'd say you did.
Yep.
Okay, you get that one. I'll mark it for you because I have this open.
Okay.
Then Fizz. I'm just going to go over there on my display.
Yeah, I would say definitely address the challenge with force by blowing open the wall.
That's true. Yeah, that's false.
And then, I mean, expressing my heritage as a set clone pretty much was default since we were pretending that I was actually a set clone and on the job. So, but as far as struggling with issues on Vice, no.
No. Okay, that's 2. And then, last but not least, Tecla.
I don't think I addressed any tough challenges this session.
No, but did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I did.
Yeah, I'll give you 2 points for that because I think it came up quite a bit.
Okay. And
you did struggle with foremost.
I'm not sure if taking on 2 debt for overindulging counts as struggling with issues from my vice.
I would say it does. It's like it is overindulging, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you get total 3.
Okay.
I just fill them in for you, so yeah.
I'll just leave them in playbook.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can move them around. I just put them there. Cool. That's it. I think, yeah, we're kind of at time, so I think that's why I thought we'll call it now. And then next session, we'll start off with your brilliant plan. And yeah, so if you want to give some thought about what your plan is and your approach, you can. Or you can just solve the spot. That's fine too. All right, cool. So I think we'll end here. So does everybody want to say anything? Where we can find you, anything you're working on, anything we find notable? Let's start off with Kulbit.
All right. Well, thanks very much, everybody, and thanks everybody here. That was a lot of fun. You can find me at my handle on all the platforms at jgilbankart, and you can also check out my YouTube channel at Sounds Sketchy Show. New episodes go up every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can watch me use a random prompt to draw a character, then provide it with a voice, and it's fun and silly and weird.
Excellent. Okay, let's go with Ellie.
I'm Ellie, and I actually don't have anything to plug.
Okay.
I really am staying off social media right now. So
don't blame you.
Yeah.
And my website's not really up and running. So
Okay.
Right? That sounds like me. I have a domain. I just haven't rebuilt the website. I had to take it down a few years ago because it got hacked, and then I just haven't rebuilt it. So.
Oh, no.
But I'm Q. You can find me. You can go look at my link tree at Q Hudspeth. I'm Q Hudspeth on most of the media out there. You can find duplicates of this video or these videos on my YouTube. Actually, I didn't send this one there because we were doing Facebook and Kick today to try something different. What else? Oh, yeah. Tomorrow you can find me back here for some werewolf. And otherwise, I'll see you guys next week.
Cool. Now, Bolthra, over to you.
I got a whole lot. Thanks again for running the game. It's taken me a little while to remember what's an action and what's and all that, but I think I'm slowly getting it. I'm not a rules guy. Tomorrow night, the season finale of Controlled Burn. Friday night we have Vampire the Masquerade, River City Runs Red, and then next Monday night we're jumping back into Middle Earth. With the One Ring, so with Ellie and Q, I'll be doing that. So lots of stuff going on in August. Again, thank you everybody who's watched tonight. Please be sure to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not already.
Cool. And I'm Nenad. I'm also fairly hard to find, so just stop with me. We'll talk. That's it. Thanks everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks everybody. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
thanks everybody. Good night.